Welcome to the DSO Hygienist Podcast. This podcast is for everyone in the DSO space. Whether you're a hygienist, dentist, assistant, or leader, we're here to bring you expert insights, real-world strategies, and conversations to help you thrive. I'm your host, Christine Deal, and together we'll explore how to elevate patient care, grow professionally, and navigate the ever-evolving world of DSOs. Let's get started. Jennifer Rothenberg brings a unique blend of clinical insight and operational expertise to the dental industry. With over a decade of experience as a licensed dental hygienist, she now serves as customer success lead at Dentira, a leading centralized procurement and operations platform supporting over 20,000 dental offices across multiple countries. Dentira offers not only its powerful procurement and inventory management solutions, but also comprehensive Lab and Invoice Modules, making it a truly all-in-one platform for dental practices. Jennifer works closely with DSOs, group practices, and single-location offices alike, helping them streamline procurement, inventory management, lab ordering, and invoice processing, all within Dentira's integrated platform. Her deep understanding of clinical workflows and back-end challenges allows her to bridge the gap between dental teams and technology in a meaningful, impactful way. Passionate about empowering dental professionals, Jennifer is committed to helping practices operate more efficiently, reduce costs, and focus on what matters most, patient care. You just bought a dental practice. Now what? The deal is done, but the team you've inherited is uncertain, change is uncomfortable, and leadership feels like walking a tightrope. That's where the DSO team transition comes in. DSO, develop, stabilize, optimize, and we help new owners do exactly that. We guide you through your first 90 days with the tools you need to earn trust, retain your team, and build a thriving culture from day one. Download our free 30-day checklist for new owners, a step-by-step guide to start strong, connect with your team, and avoid costly missteps. Head to DSOteamtransition.com, that's DSOteamtransition.com, and download your free checklist today. The DSO Team Transition, develop, stabilize, optimize, because buying the practice is just the beginning. Welcome, Jen, to the DSO Hygienist Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me on today. I look forward to talking about this today and educating everyone on the procurement platform.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Today we're talking about supply chain, a subject I'm sure we're all just wanting to know more. So I'm going to get started with the questions right away, Jen. What are the biggest challenges dental practices face today when it comes to procurement and supply chain management?
Great question. One of the biggest problems is the lack of centralized procurement system. Many practices are still jumping between supply websites, managing different logins, emails, spreadsheets, and honestly, it gets chaotic. That chaos leads to duplicate orders, inconsistent pricing, and missed cost-saving opportunities. On top of that, inventory is hard to track, pricing unpredictable, and even when you really know when the supplies are going to arrive. And with the rising cost and global chain disruptions, these inefficiencies aren't just annoying, they can directly impact patient care. That's where centralized procurement platforms come in. They help teams streamline orders, improve transparency, and actually make smarter, more cost-effective decisions.
Yeah, I love that because you're right. A lot of times the one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing. And the cost effectiveness, you're right. I didn't realize that your price could be one thing one time and one thing another, depending on who you're getting it from and all that. So that's really interesting. Now, there's a big shift towards groups and DSOs, and how is that impacting the dental supplies and equipment purchases?
Yeah, DSOs and large group practices have completely shifted the procurement landscape. They're able to buy in bulk, lock in better pricing, and standardize products across multiple locations. But that scale comes with complexity. Multiple locations, vendors, and teams mean they need a powerful system to manage everything. What's encouraging is that smaller practices are starting to benefit from those same tools. Technology is helping level the playing field by giving single location offices access to features that used to be reserved for DSOs, like automation, analytics, and purchasing power.
Yeah, I noticed during the pandemic, I belong to a DSO, so we had all our PPE. And I know there were a lot of private practices out there that they did not. So I could see what you're saying is the smaller guy now can kind of have that same clout as long as they're within this kind of procurement system.
100%. Yes.
What role does technology play in creating efficiency and cost savings in dental operations?
Technology is the game changer here. From automating orders to tracking inventory in real time, it helps reduce waste, prevent stockouts, and eliminate manual errors, like forgetting to place an order or ordering the wrong product entirely. Instead of digging through invoices or trying to remember what's in the back closet, you get clear insight into what your practice needs and when. That frees your team to focus on patient care, not paperwork.
Yeah. So, why is pricing transparency in dental procurement still a challenge for many practices? And how are industry leaders addressing it?
Yeah, let's be honest, pricing in dental procurement can feel like a guessing game. Between volume discount, bundles, and negotiated rates, it's tough to know if you're really getting a fair deal. That's challenging. New procurement platforms are now offering clear upfront pricing, allowing you to compare products and suppliers side by side. This kind of visibility empowers your team to make smarter, more cost effective decisions without any of the guessing work.
So, if you're a small single location, how do you still stay competitive with the larger groups when it comes to your purchasing power? So, it makes you one of the big guys? How does that work?
Yeah, definitely. Small practices absolutely can stay competitive. It just takes the right strategic tools to get you started. One of the most effective tool steps is joining a centralized platform that partners with multiple vendors. This approach can unlock volume-based discounts, even if you're not part of a DSO. A platform pools purchasing power, giving you access to competitive pricing without the hassle of managing multiple supplier accounts. Small practices can stay cost effective, efficient, without compromising on quality.
Got it. So, what are some common mistakes that dental teams make when managing their inventory?
Yeah, there are two common mistakes I see all the time: over ordering and under ordering, because inventory isn't being tracked closely enough. Lack of standardization. Practices use too many different brands or versions of the same product, which makes ordering more complicated than it really needs to be. Both of these issues lead to waste, inefficiency, higher costs. The fix: a clear, standardized formulary and a reliable inventory system, which you can get with a strong procurement platform.
So, how important is data in making smarter procurement decisions in a dental organization?
Yeah. Data is everything. It helps you understand what's being used, what's not, and where your money is going. That's huge when it comes to forecasting needs, avoiding waste, and negotiating better terms with suppliers. It also gives you the power to make strategic decisions instead of reactive ones.
Yeah, I love that because, you run out of something and you need it that day. That's not a good thing. So, what should practices look for when they're looking to get a procurement platform or a supply partner?
Yeah, here's what I would recommend looking for: ease of use. If your team won't use it, it won't help you. Inventory tracking, transparent pricing, obviously customer support, and reporting. You need insights as your practice grows. Look for something that integrates with your system and makes your workflow smoother, not more complicated. Look for a system that will allow your practice to grow and grow with you.
So, how are innovations in the procurement helping to improve patient care and operational efficiency?
Yeah, great question and an important one. When procurement is running smoothly, your team isn't scrambling for supplies or delaying treatment. Automation and forecasting tools help ensure the right items are always available, reducing interruptions and stress. That means more time focused on what matters, delivering excellent patient care.
Yeah, which is always important. Very, very important. So, what trends are you seeing in the dental procurement and technology adoption over the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, here's what I see. Procurement platforms will be the norm. System forecasting will get even more accurate. Tighter integration between procurement and your practice management software will make operations even more seamless. A single ordering platform will change everything. One login, one process, no more bouncing between supply websites, which gives you complete visibility into ordering status, product availability, also providing reporting. And most importantly, it creates a constant experience for you and your whole team. You get control, you get clarity, and you save time. So whether you're a solo practice or part of a growing DSO, smarter procurement is one of the best ways to improve your bottom line and your patient care.
Can you just walk me through how does the inventory work? Is it like a barcode? Is it a like how do you, like cuz if no one puts it on the list and then, we forget about it or how does that part of it work?
Yeah, it depends on the procurement platform that you would utilize. So, some practices like to use the reorder tag system. So, you can simply, with some platforms, you can simply click on a little, tag and it'll prompt you to print the tags for your items. So, when those items come in, you can color code the tags, you can laminate the tags, and then you can put the reorder tag onto the second to third item before putting away in the storage. Ideally, whoever takes that second to that last item will take the tag off and put it in the reorder basket. I think we've all used that at some point. So the strong procurement platforms nowadays, they have an inventory module where you are able to scan your items in. When you scan in your items, it'll also pull in your expiration date. So think of your Arrestin, your, fluorides, cements. It'll have that. So it'll flag you if those are getting, expired. Also, you can choose where you're putting that item. So I can scan in, and if I put my surgical items in a certain area, I can put that. So then everyone knows where those items are located. So it really helps. You can also scan the items out. So when you scan an item out, so think of like an implant. I can scan an item out. I can put the patient name, the case ID. So if there is ever a recall with a product, I can always look into that and see who we utilize that on. So a strong procurement system will have that, and you'll be able to use that very easily.
Thanks.
And also, it'll flag you if you can set your minimum and maximum quantity required on hand. So if you have, a policy that you don't want any less than 4, but you also don't want any less than, any more than 8 on a shelf, it'll flag your system. So when the user goes in, it'll show, how, that you need to order that product, but it'll also show the last time it was updated and the last time it was ordered, which really helps with, if an item was placed in the wrong place, it'll help with over ordering.
That's great. Thank you so much for explaining that. I think it's very interesting. I know so many, maybe not hygienists in particular in the office, but I know a lot of assistants who are doing this whole system, and I think that's really really insightful. So I want to thank you for coming on today. It's such a pleasure to have you. And thanks for giving us a little bit of insight on the supply chain area. For our listeners who might have more questions for you or want to learn more, how do they get a hold of you, Jen?
Yeah, definitely. So if you want to see how a modern procurement platform can work for your practice, you can check out Dentira.com. Reach out to me directly at Jennifer at Dentira.com. I'd love to show you and provide a demo on how we can keep building a smarter, stronger practice, as Dentira offers not only a procurement platform, but also invoice and lab module. So think of your procurement. You could do this also with all of your lab cases, which saves a lot as well. Down chair time, because you'll know when that case is coming in. So making it a one-stop system that will help you grow.
Love that. Well, thanks so much for coming on the DSO Hygienist today. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to the DSO Hygienist podcast. Please follow or subscribe to be alerted of new episodes.